And good afternoon. I just tagged a few other folks. I am Marcus Holmes, the HR Passion Guy, just coming for a brief moment to share with you the Gratefulness Challenge. We are in week 4, day 1, because we're doing our challenge Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So 5 days. What is the Gratefulness Challenge? The Gratefulness Challenge is one thing that you are grateful for, sharing that gratefulness in a post, in a video, just like I'm doing now, including the hashtag Gratefulness Challenge, which you should see at the bottom of the screen, and inviting people to say, are they in? I'm all in. And that's what the Gratefulness Challenge is, one thing you're grateful for. Now, in this week 4, we're focusing on experiences. So week 1, we talked about the gratefulness that we had around people who have passed on the other side, right? In week 2, we did our mentors, teachers, facilitators, instructors that we were grateful for and or the lessons that they taught us. Week 3 was about relationships. Who are the people that you are in relationship with for which you are grateful? And now week 4, we are talking about experiences. Gratefulness is the in the moment, awe-inspiring feeling of gratefulness. Thank you, Brenda Meller. You are my LinkedIn Live idol. I love it. I haven't grown to that level. I'm trying to grow it. Of course, I'm working a full time, working remotely, so I can't, of course, dedicate as much time to it. But I'm excited about it. And so, thank you so much for joining. I really admire the work that you're doing on here. So, and I hope to glean more tips and have more time to really do this, gain more impact, reach more people so that more people in the community are taking advantage of it. So thank you so much for joining, just having you here. Thank you, Jocelyn Smith. I appreciate it, HR professional. Thank you so much. I'm just trying to get people to jump into the Gratefulness Challenge. It's really simple. Our 5 days that we've chosen out of the week are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'll tell you why. Most people on Sunday are either reflecting or worshiping of whatever your faith is, or maybe no faith, but they are taking the time to be grateful for something. So that's part and parcel of who they are. Monday, I think that Sunday kind of carries over into Monday to help shape that week, right? But by Tuesday, as work life challenges and balance and all of the other variables start to factor into your week, you know, the one that you planned out just so neatly and it isn't going and the way that you thought it might go, by Tuesday, you need a boost of gratefulness. I believe. Now, you need it every day, but I thought to introduce it, we start with 5 days and we do that over several weeks. And then we'd expand it so that you're on the gratefulness journey every day, which happens to be the title of my book. It's not a shameless plug, it's for real. Of course, those of you in the HR profession know that I have these certifications relative to the Human Resources Certification Institute and the Society of Human Resources Management, which is why I put them on the book, because I believe gratefulness is something that can power your organizations. And I'm working on an app called Gratitude Stations that I know every employer is going to want to have. Why is it gratitude stations versus gratefulness? Because it's more aspirational to get to this state of being, right? The vision of the great gratitude stations is that every workplace, be it your home, your cubicle, your office, will be a place of gratitude. So that's the aspirational state of being. But to get there, you got to sing together, weave together, thread together these moments of gratefulness, these awe-inspiring in the moment gratefulness. And I'm going to share one with you just now. Thanks, Brenda, so much. That is a great compliment coming from you. I'm going to try to start a gratefulness club or love and stuff club on Clubhouse. So I'm going to be talking to you. You're smashing the game, but of course you would be. You're Brenda Miller. You would be smashing the game. And so my moment of gratefulness in this week 4, day 1, is around experiences, and I invite you to do the same. It's a small thing for some people, but a big thing for me. And I hope that you will, I would guess that probably many of the people that are joining will know whether or not they are this next thing. If you are extrovert, introvert, ambivert, omnivert, drop that in the comments. I believe that I am an ambivert, but the more that I think about omnivert, I might be. So let me just share what I'm thinking on my definitions. This is more about how you are fueled or recharged, okay? Because how you are fueled or recharged is how you show up. And what I mean by that is an introvert doesn't necessarily mean that the person is shy. They could be, but they are most charged and refueled by time away from people. That's the way I define that. And I think many experts will agree. Some experts told me that, so I think they might. An extrovert is fueled by the connection to people, recharged by being connected to people, right? An ambivert is between those two, right? You could be a little of both. An omnivert is you're both, but it depends on the context. So in some situations, you are definitely fueled by being away from people. And in some situations, you are fueled by being with people. Okay, so I think I might be more omnivert, but I am definitely fueled by being connected to people. So this whole pandemic, I don't mean to minimize it, but I'm over it because I need people, but I need to be safe and healthy, vaccine or not. I would need to be safe and healthy. And so I've been doing my best to be socially distanced in worship and work and everything in between, which means I don't get to see as many of the people that I love. And as I move toward, I'm close to being 51, believe it or not, on Saturday, I'm not having a big birthday. I didn't have a big birthday party last year. I had an online festivity, but I wasn't able to do something in person. And I still don't feel comfortable and think it's safe to do that now. So I need people. I like to touch people. I like to hug people, and I like to kiss people. Now, I will not infringe upon you and just walk up to you and kiss you. I don't think. I don't think I would. But I am a toucher, hugger. It kind of runs in my family. I have uncles and aunts, both uncles and aunts, who kissed me. And that's the way affection was for me growing up. And so that's why I believe I'm affectionate like that. But I am fueled by connection. So working remotely, there are some pluses and minuses to it. But one of the minuses that I've had to navigate and find ways to be grateful is I don't get to see my team. As a matter of fact, I have a team of introverts mostly, and they can do with one Zoom a month. If I Zoom them more than once a month, they're like, oh God, here we go. Turn the camera on. Jeez, oh Pete, why? They're not fueled by that. I think, as personalities are, we've ebbed and flowed and grown and had back and forth in our relationships. They work well, but most of them work well by themselves. Okay. So it's an interesting area of human resources in which they, get to work a little less with people. But I cut my teeth in employee relations when I got into human resources, which was my foray into it. And so I've always been in people up front, face to face, interacting with people. Not so much necessary in this different role that I'm in, but I do still interface with people. But I like that. I like the connection to people. I really do. And so it's been a little challenge, but working from home, I get to visit one of my favorite places, which is the Narrow Way Cafe. It's not a shameless plug because they didn't pay me and they don't even know I'm doing this. But Narrow Way Cafe is this nice cafe that's in the Avenue of Fashion on the northwest side of Detroit where I live. I could walk there. I never do. I always drive there. So shame on me. But I work downtown, which is 12 minutes away. And so I'd have to either start a lot earlier in my day, which I don't like to start a lot earlier in my day. I need that time for self-care and that time for meditation and my gratefulness moments. But I wouldn't get my Java, or I would normally get it downtown because it was more convenient. But now that I'm home, I'm able to get it every day. Now, listen, I enjoy the Americana, which has an extra shot with 2 pumps of toffee nut and a splash of half and half and 1 Splenda. That's my coffee. Now, I will admit I used to have more than 1 cup when I was in the office, but I have cut down to 1 cup, which I'm proud of myself. Now, I could do this by buying Maxwell or this blend at home, couldn't I? And put it in my coffee maker, and voila, I'd have that cup. But what I realize is I need the connection. I go in there. It's staffed by young people mostly. They're very pleasant, very professional. They greet you as soon as you come in the door. Kanice and others, Arturo, Sabrina, they've all memorized what I drink. Are you having your usual today? And we have some engaging talk about whatever it is. I am in the moment right now getting a little goosebumpy about having that connection because I seek it, right? And this makes the difference by going in there every day, close to. That's my coffee habit. But what my brain has started to do is when I awaken, it puts that on my mind. Are you going in there today? And so I shape my day to include some space and time to go and get my coffee. And it's almost now on autopilot that when I pull out the drive, I'm going north instead of south, because it's a part of what my brain says, I found a cue. You like that human connection. I found the crave. And my brain creates these shortcuts for me to experience it more. That, my friends, is the gratefulness journey. And that, my friends, is the challenge I'm making to you. I'd like for you to post about something. Could be as simple as that coffee. Could be as, and the human connection. It could be an experience that you've had in the past that you're bringing into the moment to relive the feeling that you had from that past. That will help you to be grateful in the moment, even if the moment is bringing you stress, even if the moment is bringing you trauma, even if the moment is bringing you disappointment. You can bring those memories from the past into that moment and relive the feeling, release the chemicals and hormones so that your brain starts to associate your current existential reality with gratefulness moments. Why do you want to do that? Because life does not promise us that we will not have challenge, my friends. But what we do in those moments of challenge define our day and the trajectory of our week, month, year, quarter. And I should have put quarter before year, but you know what I'm saying? I put quarter in there because from the business standpoint, your energy around a challenge can drive business results. It could be eustress, which means a stressor is present, but you grow from it. You bring something positive out of it. Or it could be distress, right? And any business owner or person that's experienced either understands that you can have post-stress traumatic growth, right? You can grow out of that situation or circumstance, or you can stay in it and let the stressors do some things to your mind, body, and soul that will not positively impact your business or bottom line. And so I want you to join us on this gratefulness journey. Drop in the comments, I'm all in. I'm in this gratefulness challenge because I just want to get you to get your feet wet about it. Those of you that are thinking, I'm already grateful. What are you talking about? I've got a great life. I enjoy it. One of the things that I want you to be challenged by is in this gratefulness journey, it's about taking inventory. When you start counting stuff, you'll be surprised at what you have when you look at the cents as being as valuable as the dollars. What I mean by that, and here's an example, I do bicycling now. Again, I'm closer to home. So there's the Mogo Pass. I don't know if it's in your city, but in our city, we have bikes. And I ride around one of the parks, which is about 2.5 miles the entire way around. And I've gotten to the place where in the bike ride, I'm not as much paying attention to the bike ride and the exercise I need and getting from it. I'm not even so tuned into the music on my playlist. I'm attuned to the people walking, the grass growing. I'm attuned to things I had not ever thought about enough to say I'm grateful for. See, when you get on this gratefulness journey, it awakens you. When you start enumerating, it awakens you to the things that you had not taken inventory of. And that is a part of growing your grateful living. So you might be in a position, you're in your dream job, you're in your dream company, you're making it happen. You're like Brenda Meller. You are crashing these platforms, right? Smashing them, whatever word would be best. But take a moment and think about that new connection that you made. Are you grateful for meeting somebody that you had never thought you would meet? That's something to be grateful for. Are you grateful for you intended the platform to do this one thing, but it's doing this one thing? Start to take inventory of, because that's what my mother, bless her memory, Princess Holmes, taught me that got me on this gratefulness journey. After all of the loss she had experienced, we had experienced, she said, you have the right to grieve. And honey, anybody's mother ever call him honey? Honey, and grab my hand. You have the right to grieve for as deeply and however long you need to. But you must also reserve the right to be grateful for and take inventory of everything and everybody that you have left. That started me on a gratefulness journey. It still raises the hair on the back of my neck when I share it with you because I know it's so true. As I started to count, I remember the losses, don't get me wrong, but I started to count what's left. And I bring forward all of the memories that are left into my current existence. It helps to transform how I use energy, space, and time. And it is a journey for me. There are ebbs and flows to it. There are peaks and valleys, but I'm grateful to be on the journey that has helped to transform my life, and it will transform yours. Those of your employees, that of your business, when you look at gratefulness and say, this is a tool and a resource for me to go through life's crooks and turns, ups and downs, and even great plains, even serene areas where there's nothing happening bad in your life. I can harness the power of gratefulness to improve my living, improve my well-being, improve my bottom line. You can do it by starting this challenge and saying, I'm all in. Going back to the comments. Hello, Dwayne Bennett, sir. Having a mind that keeps me focused on the potential of my future and not the mistakes of my past. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I bring the Rocky movie music to my situations. That makes me feel like I can do it like Rocky did. I love it. I love it. I love it. That is exactly it. Bringing the memories of an experience that you've had, watching that. Who can forget the first movie that you watched? Of course you can. The first movie that you watched that still is with you today. I saw a post where someone was saying, what's the best basketball movie? I love loving basketball. I'm a diehard fan of that. And so I can recall that moment when I was watching it and thinking, oh my goodness, right? I can pull that moment into my current reality like Dwayne does, and it can help to transform the energy, right? When you're lacking confidence, You know, if you go into a room and you're like, am I supposed to be here? If you can bring that rocking music forward and be like, dun, 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 and you can get into that mode, you can go and crash that room because you're the gift that room is waiting to for it to be unwrapped. You're the gift. Your presence in that room is the gift. Unwrap it. But sometimes we can go into a room and say, I don't know if I can close this sale. This is a big room. All these CEOs, oh my God, all of these are my colleagues, or these are the people I aspire to be like. Oh my God, what am I going to do or say? Unwrap yourself, my friend, and bring into your current reality whatever that moment of gratefulness is that powers you like it does Dwayne. If it's rocky music for you, if it's gratefulness music for me or worship music for me, whatever it is, if it's, the thought of your mother saying you can do anything, you might have a parent or a mentor or somebody who you can hear their voice telling you you can do anything. You might need to relive that in the moment so that those hormones and those chemicals in your brains get to saying, this is a feeling that we want to experience. We want to bring this in before we go and present to that 1,000 people in the virtual conference. We want to bring this energy in as we launch that new product line to these customers, and we're not exactly sure how they're going to take it. We want to bring in that gratefulness into that meeting where we have to have a crucial conversation with an employee about performance or behavior. We want to bring it in so that we can harness the power of gratefulness to achieve the results that we know that we should be bringing forward and that our constituency, our stakeholders, our employees, our colleagues deserve. It is easy once you start doing it. But with anything, if you don't start it, you'll never really know. Now, will you, my friends? You'll never know how powerful a presenter you can be if you won't accept that first speaking engagement and prepare for it, right? If you're saying, oh, I'd love to do that, but you never take a step in that direction, you won't do it, right? I would have never written this book during the pandemic. This book was written during the pandemic. And I must admit, I got 3 other books that I started before the pandemic. This one got to market first. And I would have never been able to do it if I quit and said, you know what, I can't, I just can't write. I just can't do it. I don't believe that I can. Well, if I didn't believe I can, I won't. But the moment that I said, I need to set aside some time to write today, or I had an experience while I was bicycling and I said, that should go in the book. And I got back from the bike ride and immediately sat down and I said, as I do, Lord, use my hands and my mind, and started to write down, type out what I thought would be good for the book. If you don't take that first step, you won't be able to do it. So taking the first step in gratefulness challenge, I'm challenging you to take a step and say, I'm going to be intentional about my gratefulness. I'm going to be intentional about it. I'm a grateful person. Maybe you're a grateful person. And you might say, I don't know if I need to be more grateful. Ask yourself, have you been intentional about your gratefulness? Do you intentionally take time every day and reflect upon gratefulness? Every morning, every afternoon, every night, whatever time of day. I want you to take the challenge to be intentional. And if you've ever been angry or frustrated, disappointed, felt betrayed, felt brokenhearted or hurt, been in grief or loss, you, my friend, are a prime candidate to walk a more grateful existence and to use the power of gratefulness in the moment to help you navigate all of those feelings. Notice I didn't say it's going to chase the anger away. That is your choice on how you use the energy of anger. It's your choice how you use the energy of sadness. It's your choice how you respond to what you are experiencing. And when you start responding, it will change you and the experience, and thereby take the control of the experience instead of the experience in a negative way controlling you. I'm Marcus Holmes, the HR Passion Guy. Thank you, Dwayne. I'm glad you're all in. I hope others will be all in, and will click share and tag some folks here on LinkedIn. This is exclusively, no, this is on LinkedIn and YouTube events. I went live earlier on Instagram, went live earlier on Facebook, and I decided to just go live specifically to LinkedIn, to the LinkedIn community, a wonderful, great community of many folks. And I hope that many will share this to join us on the gratefulness journey. Again, the Gratefulness Journey Everyday book is available on Amazon, both the paperback and the ebook. It's a short read. It's just about 70 pages. It chronicles some of the personal loss that I've experienced and how from that loss I am emerging. I'm on a journey of gratefulness, and I invite you to join me on that journey. It is a great investment. I hope that you will. It is 4.7 out of 5 stars on Amazon for those that have left reviews. Thank you so much. And we need more reviews, of course. But I think it is a powerful short read. And I believe it can transform your life if you put these 3 steps in it, 3 steps in there to practice as a part of your habit. After a bit, we're going to be releasing other books in the Gratefulness series. And we also have an online offering that we will do for Gratefulness course that I think you will enjoy as well. But I think the great start is the book. And even before the book, I invite you on this challenge. Start today. One thing you're grateful for today that has been an experience that you're having today or have had at some point in the past. Make a post or a video about it. Click share. Put the hashtag in your post, Gratefulness Challenge, and watch and see the contagion that it will be for others who will view your post or read your post. They'll begin to comment in the remarks their moments of gratefulness and just ask them, are you in? I'm asking you. Like Dwayne said, I'm all in. Are you all in? Are you in for the intentional gratefulness that Dwayne is mentioning there? Are you in? Well, let's be intentional let's start with 5 days. Today is day 1. I hope to see you on the other side of the hashtag Gratefulness Challenge. Have a grateful day and afternoon.